What's up, champ? I've been an entrepreneur since ninth grade in high school. That's over 30 plus years of entrepreneurship. And I've been a real estate investor since 2006. And I've never borrowed money from a stinky banker, put anything on a credit card, or ever had a job with a resume. Today's session is the best side hustle in the world. And I've created this side hustle, and I've also created a game to go with it. It's called the New Flip. What is the New Flip? Well, the New Flip is a game that I created that's revolutionary, that teaches you how to become a real estate investor while making money today. What do you make money on today with? With bicycles, because the New Flip is a parallel world of real estate investing. And this is why I say it's one of the best side hustles in the world, is because the profit margin, again, the profit margin is out of this world. It's home runs. I've never been able to put a small amount of money in and get 700% returns very, very fast in warp speed. What is warp speed? When I'm able to put $100 in and turn it to $700 in 24 hours or 48 hours. Now that sounds like this is impossible, and I'm selling you a pipe dream, but I can assure you this works. I've tried it. I have students in many states. I have students in UK. I have students in Canada, and I literally created a whole new side hustle called bicycle flipping with the New Flip. Now, this is a very great business or side hustle, depends on how you want to take it. You can scale this off and have multiple locations and make a lot of money, or you can just keep it as a side hustle. One of the best things I like about it is you need a small amount of capital to get started. Usually about $100 is what you need. The other best thing is the risk is very little, because all you're putting in is $100, okay? There's no debt required. Now the returns, or as I've already talked about, are out of this world. You know, you can put this $100 in, turn it into 300, or turn it to 700, turn it into 900. I've done all kinds of deals, even my students. I have students in California that's done 8 flips in 4 weeks, guys, right? 8 flips in 4 weeks, you know, like let's say profit margin of 400, 500 per piece. That's a good chunk of money. And he had a full-time job, right? Like literally full-time job doing construction. Okay, and there's a video of him talking about what he did at thenewflip.com or at mrnoflip.com. Now, there are a lot of benefits of the New Flip. You don't need tools. You don't need to know how to fix bikes, because we're not fixing them. We're just flipping them, okay? You don't have to have a warehouse. You don't have to have the big truck. I literally picked up bikes with my bike and hauled it, towed it, and you can go on my YouTube channel, check that out, okay? You don't need to have much overhead, just $100. And the tools you need to get started is basically a camera, you know, or a phone, somewhere to wash the bike, right? And water and soap. That's it, dude. And then you post these things on Facebook, Craigslist, OfferUp, and people come at you very, very fast. Now, why would they come at you really fast? Because of the skills and tricks that I've taught in the book. Let me give you an example. What I teach is to buy high-end bikes, for example, a $1,000 bike for $100, okay? And I have a copy and paste system that allows you just to copy and paste this stuff over and over really fast. You get like 25 offers in a few minutes, right? And get a deal. Now, I teach my students to buy at a deep, deep discount. So that $1,000 bike, they'll buy for $100. And then I teach them how to turn around, right? Wash it, stage it, just like real estate. When you buy a property, you have to stage it to sell it, right? And write a good description, and then I give him the ads that he needs to post on Offer or Craigslist. Is copy and paste, the whole system copy and paste, and then he'll sell it. This is the most important part. Okay, well, all of it is important, but the important part is he's selling it at a discount. Okay, he's not selling it at a deep discount, but because he bought it at a deep, deep discount, but he's only selling it at a discount. For example, if the bike is worth $1,000, he may list it for $799. Okay, so whoever is looking for that bike, everyone in the market is selling for that bike for $1,000, but this guy has the same exact bike, staged beautifully, has a great description about it, a lot of great pictures of it, right? And he's selling it $200 below. So if I was a buyer, I would run out to there versus some other guy that has crummy pictures and I can't even see the bike, doesn't have a description, I don't know what kind of specs it is, etc. Right? And so the point of the story is I teach my students to buy it at a deep discount, turn around, sell it at a discount, but still make it a lot of money. You buy it for $100 and you sell it for $800. $799 is $800. $1 missing, right? That is huge profits, and I've done deals like that all the time. Or worst case scenario, you buy for $100 and you sell it for $300, or you put $50 in and you flip it back for $350. That's still huge money. You know, you can put $50 and turn it to $350 very, very fast. And I show you in my book, in my course, exactly what bikes to buy, what sizes to buy, because I've flipped so many bikes and I wrote a course about it, and I have students everywhere, so I've accumulated a lot of information. What brands to buy, what brands not to buy, because if you buy the wrong bike, brother, you will lose money, and there's a lot of wrong bikes to buy, right? And I show you exactly what models, what brands, you know, what sizes. I mean, all that shit, brother. In this course, I show you how to take the pictures, how to do the inspection on the bikes. I have a copy and paste system where you can just copy and paste these offers in. Now, talking about scaling, you could have a virtual assistant give these offers, and now you can have this business in 50 states or in your state in multiple cities. Like, for example, if you're in Texas, now you can do Austin, Houston, Fort Worth, Dallas, you know, San Antonio. Just even if you're only in Dallas yourself, you know, you can set this up and, you know, and scale it off. If you need more advice, reach out to me at my real estate dojo or at Mr. No Fluff and get some consulting on how to do that. Okay, but the other important thing with this best side hustle, the new flip, bicycle flipping, is you get to learn exactly all the skills. Let me say it again. All the skills you need for real estate investing. And I'm not even joking. Let me give you some examples. You learn how to find deals, right, for free. Very, very important, because you need that skill when you want to do real estate. I mean, do you want to spend thousands of dollars or do you want to find them for free? Number two, you learn to negotiate. Very, very important, okay? Number three, you learn to identify motivated sellers from non-motivated sellers. Super, super important, dude, because if you waste your time with non-motivated sellers, you'll never do deals, ever. It doesn't matter if you're flipping bicycles or if you're flipping real estate investing. I'm being from my heart, my man, brother, okay? So it teaches you, this is a very, very important skill. And this is one of the main reasons I created this course, because a lot of people say, when I said, well, there's a bike for $1,000, there's a beautiful road track bike for $1,000, I'll pay, and I pick these up for $100. A lot of you guys say, no, that's bullshit. That's exactly why I want you to do this course, so you can see that I'm not bullshitting. Because once that light clicks, then you realize that there's something called motivated sellers. Let me say that again. There's something called motivated sellers. What does that mean? That means that if you're flipping cars, if you're flipping real estate, if you're flipping bicycles, if you always target the motivated sellers and learn how to find them, how to negotiate with them, how to identify them versus not, then you're going to make a lot of money, because these motivated sellers will sell you that $1,000 bike for $100. And the most important thing is that you have to be able to see that so you can believe it. Because I didn't believe it when I got in real estate investing. When I got in real estate investing, my first thoughts was, no one's going to allow me to buy their home with seller financing. Why would they just allow me to step in their shoes and make their monthly payments for them? I didn't believe that. Now, I went to the seminars, but I didn't believe it. But here's the thing. You know, I'm the type of guy that I might not believe it, but I'm willing to test it out. And I tested it out, and I found my very first deal that I moved into myself. It was a beautiful home with the pool, 2 stories. It was just renovated. It was beautiful. And all I had to do is step into the seller's shoes, make the monthly payments. I didn't have to put no down payment down. I didn't have to qualify for a loan. And that's when I went from like, this is bull, but let me see if it is or not. I mean, I had my ideas or opinions or prejudices like, oh, this shit ain't gonna work. But I'm so grateful that, you know, even though that I think it didn't work, I still wanted to apply myself and try to give it all I got, because what if it did work? And it did work, and I got my first deal, and then boom, that was it. Okay, I learned that motivated seller idea that I'm trying to share with you. And the most easiest way to find a motivated seller is to flip bicycles, because there's a lot of people that have nice bikes, they bought it brand new, especially in the pandemic, they need the money now, or whatever the story is, they don't use it, and they're willing to just let it go. And you get to see that you can buy a $1,500 bike, $2,000 bike for just sometimes $200 or $100. Depends on the seller. They're moving. There are so many reasons why they will sell it to you, and we can go over each and one by one. But then you still won't believe it. This is why I wrote a book called The New Flip, and I made it super, super easy. Copy and paste. You copy and paste my exact wording to give the offer. So you don't even have to come up with the idea. You just copy and paste. No matter what they say, you give the offer number 2. No matter what they say, you give the offer number 3. And before you know it, in 1 month, you have more deals than you know what to do with. Then once you do these deals, you can build your capital, because you're making significant ROI. You're putting 100 in, making 800. You put in 100 in, making 500. Very, very fast, because you're selling it at a deep discount below market. So all the buyers are lining up for you versus the other guys. You're staging it correctly. You have a good description. I go into my course all day, exactly how to do it, right? But most importantly, you learn real estate investing, okay? So we're talking about identifying this motivated sellers from non-motivated sellers. We talked about how to do sales. We talked about staging, because when you buy a house, if you want to be a landlord, you want to sell it, you want to fix and flip it, it doesn't matter. You got to stage it for the renter so they come over to you, because everyone's online. You got to learn how to make the videos. You got to learn how to take the pictures correctly. Staging it versus just randomly take pictures of it. Okay, what does the background look like? And I go into it all in my course, right? So this is very important, because once you learn how to flip a bike and stage it, then when you come into the real estate business and you want to be a landlord and you get your first property, you don't have to wait months, because you learn how to take great pictures of the property to put it up for rent. Okay, when you find a motivated seller, then you believe that there are motivated sellers in flipping bikes, and that belief system is going to carry over to when you're trying to find a house, you're trying to buy it at 50 cents on the dollar, or if you're trying to buy it at seller financing, then you're going to have that belief system. There are motivated sellers out there that will sell me this, even if you're just brand spanking new, because your confidence, your belief system has not hocus pocus went up, you know, fake. No, you saw it. I went and bought a $1,000 bike for $100, and then I sold it for $900. I sold it for $800. Very, very fast. Holy shit! I did that 10 times, and I got 10 grand. You know what I mean? And so now I'm not just a believer. I am a seer. I seek it and I see it. I'm like, oh shit, this shit should work, dude. Why would I go to this guy's house? He has a mega mansion and they're all moving and they're just trying to get rid of their shit. And like, here, take it, dude. They're so happy that you're fucking over there giving them $100. Like, thank you, dude, because we didn't know what to do with it. We're gonna throw in the trash can. We're moving it, and we were, you know, like, oh shit, dude, this is a good idea. And maybe when you're there, you could talk to that seller, or check out the area for other properties. And once you get good, when you're trying to pick up a bike, you can put some signs that we buy houses. You can make some cold calls, or you're right there. So you're doing what I call warp speed making money, dude. Because not only are you making money with flipping bikes, while you're going over there making the cash today, you can see a for sale sign by owner, call them or talk to the seller there. Every time I go buy a bike, I ain't talking to that seller. Okay, how long the houses sell for? I see, do you know that guy selling his house? Do you know him? Do you know his story? Yeah, I know his story. They're going through a divorce, blah, blah, blah. Taking notes, right? In my mind. Okay, perfect. That's the one I'm going to send a mail to. That's the one I'm going to skip trace and send them email, text message, Facebook marketing, etc. So, you know, this is why I created the new flip. It's not checkers. It's a 4D chess, okay? You are learning real estate investing from the psychological aspects of motivated sellers all the way down to the everyday aspects, from marketing, sales, negotiations, closing, staging, the whole aspect, managing, remarketing, you know, dealing with buyers, because they're two different things. You know, when people want to come by, having systems, right? for the buyers, how to have, and you learn by the new flip how to create systems, how to create manuals for your own business, because you get to emulate exactly what I've given you, because this is what I mean copy and paste, because these things I can take and give it to people in India for $150 a month, and they'll work 40-hour weeks for me, dude. And people say, no, they're not going to do that, Mike. I'm paying them $800. Well, that's because you don't have the skills. Go to mrnofluff.com, download my VA course. I show you exactly how to find these people without going to like Fiverr, OfferUp, with those kind of stuff, or hiring a call center where they're fucking the middleman. I show you exactly how to find the end user, just like I'm showing you with the copy and paste with the new flip. This is why I said the new flip is so revolutionary, because you may think as you're flipping bicycles, but you're learning so much business skills, from sales to closing to negotiation, all the way to the back end to the front end, right? And while making money. And then everyone that I really think that wants to get into real estate investing, they should not get into real estate, okay? They should flip these bikes, make some cash, take that cash, now put it into the business. But they should get the skills, more important than cash, because you can have the cash and not to have the skills, you'll lose. The skills of talking to the sellers, because these people are messaging you how to talk to them, to see how some people are flaky, to see that how some buyers are flaky, how some sellers are flaky, to see how inspect the property, and if you miss that thing, it's going to cost you, right? To learn all that stuff. So when you're doing $100,000, $300,000, $500,000 deal, you've already learned that, hey, if I don't inspect it correctly, I'm going to get burned, right? You know what I mean? If I don't stage it correctly, it's not going to sell that fast. You learned that. So you don't, when you're playing with the pros, in a sense, you're already trained for that. It's kind of like having the training wheels on your bike. You're actually experiencing the real bike, right? By finding these deals, how to market them, how to close them, how to stage them, how to sell them, how to market it after you find it to buyers, and so on and so on, okay? This is why the new flip is very smart, revolutionary game. For anyone that wants to make money today, anyone that's looking for a side hustle, anyone that's trying to take a side hustle and scale it off and have a real franchise or real business or whatever you want to do, that's the cool thing. Or anyone that wants to get in real estate. It doesn't matter if you're trying to wholesale deals, if you're trying to be a bird dog, if you're trying to be a landlord, if you're trying to buy these things as seller financing, if you're trying to buy these things and create new notes and then sell it to other people, it does not matter. This is going to show you the skills you really need. Even if you want to do fix and flips, this is going to show you the skills you need to make money without having all the risk of real estate investing, where you have to go hard money or put your own money or credit card, because with the bicycle flipping, you're talking about $50, $100 you put in there. It's not that much money. Anyways, guys, don't take no for an answer. And remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think. Peace, guys.